Can you talk us through, from a US perspective, what you see as the challenges when it comes to effective airborne ISR and indeed the management behind the data all the way through to dissemination?
Yeah, of course. The challenges are extensive. ISR, information, knowledge, extremely important for any actions we want to undertake following. So it's really important to have it, yet it's difficult because means, methods, secrets, how much we share, how much we don't, they're all very sensitive for all the right reasons. So it's a very interesting endeavor to go forward with proper sharing and discussion in an environment that has a sensitivity to it for all the right reasons. I think that's the major challenge we have in this arena.
Of course, you're heading up the JSTARS program. That's perhaps a particularly difficult program to be overseeing. There's a lot of possible pitfalls on the way to effective joint coordination in this field. What do you see as perhaps the solutions we should be seeing in the next year or two when it comes to that effort?
For the Joint STARS case, we're very fortunate in that we've had a very capable platform in the United States Air Force performing it for all U.S. and coalition activities. It's been a very capable platform that served us very well. The problem lies mainly in the fact that the airframes are getting older, the systems have some diminishing manufacturing source issues, and we want to recapitalize the aircraft and the system. That really means we like the capability, we just want it on a platform that's going to be cheap to operate and last for several decades to come. So thus we call it a recapitalization effort as opposed to a whole new venture of extensively improved ISR capabilities, in this case specifically GMTI. So I think the fact that we have a great guiding light in a great concept and system that's worked for the past decades for us and contributed to many coalition as well as U.S. operations. I think we have a great guiding light on how to go about it, and we simply want to use modern, mature technology to recreate that capability to take us into the next decades.
And whether it's technology that's fresh out of the box or improvements on what we already have, you're working hand in hand with the industry, and indeed this conference aims to combine the forces of the end user and the industry. What have you learned from today's discussions, and what do you anticipate from tomorrow?
We are working in the industry. We have to. It's industry that provides nearly every system that we use in the United States military. It's provided by industry. We do very little. A small portion in our research labs are government organic people, and our warfighters can be very ingenious on changes they may make to an existing system in the battlefield. But for the most part, it is absolutely industry that is creating the systems that we're going to take to war. And for that reason, we have to cooperate with them. And we see that each of the vendors that might be primed to have a role in Joint STARS recap is going to have some strengths and weaknesses on their own. It's very important to talk about what we mean by recapitalization, what we have in mind for the system as far as the requirements, so that we can have that dialogue with industry. Because one very main interesting thing we want to do is lower the life cycle ownership cost of the new platform. Like a good customer, we want it to be as cheap as practical in order to operate in the next decades. And that means that we may want to have that dialogue extensively with industry over requirements, because we know that some requirements, if we list, might cost us a little more in the long run. If perhaps we could be satisfied with certain levels of performance, then that might allow us to have a platform that's much less expensive over the decades. So it's that gaining of that knowledge, having that dialogue for us as the customer to then really specify what it is that we want, and that would be in the form of the request for proposal that we'd send out to industry to actually develop this product for us. So that dialogue has to happen, and I'm very, very fortunate that I'm able to take part in it along with my colleagues at different levels, and these type of environments are exactly what are necessary in order to continue the dialogue.
If you could summarize the conference in a sentence or two, how would you rate this?
It's absolutely effective and pertinent to what we want to do, not only Joint STARS recap, but United States Air Force, United States military, to have dialogues in an open environment, and that allows us to focus and take the conversations to the next levels with partner nations or industries on specific programs in question.
Fantastic. Pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.